I'm Lieutenant Rob Duckworth with the Decatur County Sheriff's Department, and I'm here with Trooper Eric Perkins from the Indiana State Police and Sergeant Matt Alt from the Vincennes Police Department. As police officers, we are all trained to be alert to situations that can place the public in jeopardy. But many of us may not know that one of the most dangerous situations children face every day is riding in motor vehicles.
By enforcing the law, we play a crucial role in promoting proper use of child restraints and ultimately saving the lives of children.
The purpose of this video is to review the Indiana Child Passenger Restraint Law and show you some examples of easily recognizable violations of the law.
Indiana Code 9-1911, Passenger Restraint Systems for Children, requires children from birth up to the age of 8 to be in an appropriate child restraint properly used according to instructions. Children from 8 up to 16 must be in a child restraint or seatbelt.
Some officers may be unclear about the difference between the law and best practice recommendations. For example, Indiana law does not require children to ride rear-facing until the age of 2. It also does not require children to be 4 foot 9 inches tall before they can be restrained in a lap and shoulder belt.
The law applies to all passenger vehicles and all seating positions. This also includes all areas of a pickup truck with or without a camper shell.
The law does not apply to some vehicles such as large school buses, taxis, ambulances, antique motor vehicles, and motor vehicles being used in an event of emergency.
Violators of the law commit a Class D infraction which carries a $25 fine. These fines are deposited into a child restraint system account and used to purchase and distribute child restraints to Indiana residents who cannot afford them. Points, however, cannot be assessed by the BMV.
The law requires child restraints to be appropriate and properly used according to manufacturer's instructions. These stipulations can make enforcement more of a challenge. There are guidelines, however, to help you determine what's an appropriate child restraint based on a range of ages. According to recommendations from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, children birth to 1 must be in a rear-facing child restraint. This can either be a rear-facing only child restraint or child restraint that can be changed from a rear-facing to a forward-facing child restraint when the child is bigger. Children 1 to 3 are best protected if they continue to ride rear-facing as long as possible until they reach the top height or weight limit allowed by the child restraint manufacturer. Many child restraints allow a child to ride rear-facing up to weights as high as 40 or 50 pounds. Once a child is too big to ride rear-facing, they can travel forward, facing in a child restraint that has a 5-point harness.
Children 4 to 7 years should stay in a forward-facing child restraint with a harness until they have outgrown the weight or height limit allowed by the child restraint manufacturer. The harness on many forward-facing child restraints can be used until the child weighs 65 pounds. Once a child is too big to use the harness, they can still travel in a belt positioning booster. Children 8 to 12 years are best protected in a booster seat until big enough to fit in a seat belt properly.
The law also includes language about child restraints being properly used according to manufacturer's instructions. In order to be effective in a crash, a child restraint must be used properly. Misuse of restraint can have deadly consequences. There are so many different child restraints on the market and instructions vary. It's not possible for officers to know exactly what every child restraint manufacturer requires for their products.
Even those of us who have received special training to become certified child passenger safety technicians don't know the instructions for every car seat. There are, however, some general guidelines from manufacturers for the proper use and can be easily identified.
Infants under the age of 1 must ride in a rear-facing child restraint. Rear-facing child restraints cannot be installed in front of an active airbag, as doing this can have deadly consequences. Rear-facing only child restraints, which are the smaller seats with carrying handles and sometimes detachable bases, can never be installed forward-facing.
Harness straps should be buckled and positioned snugly over the child's shoulders and hips. The chest clip should be placed mid-chest or armpit level. An unbuckled harness, visibly loose harness, or one with the chest clip in the wrong position are examples of a harness system not being properly used according to manufacturer's instructions.
Booster seats must be used with a lap and shoulder belt. The shoulder portion of the belt should lie across the middle of the shoulder and chest. The lap portion of the belt should lie across the hips or upper thighs, not the soft abdomen. If the shoulder portion is behind a child's back or under their arm, or the lap belt is high on the abdomen, it is not being used properly.
The same guidelines for proper seatbelt use with the booster seat apply to children who are only restrained by seatbelts.
Sometimes it is easy to spot a violation. Look for children standing up, children on laps, more passengers than seating positions, children in the cargo area of pickup trucks. Now let's watch 3 typical traffic stops where a car seat violation might occur.
Hi there, State
Hi.
Police. Can I see your driver's license registration?
Yes, I'm so sorry, sir. What was I doing wrong?
Go a little bit faster here. When the lights are flashing, the speed limit's actually 20 because it's a school zone and school is in session. You're doing 37 miles per hour.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
All right.
I was so distracted by my son in the back. He needed a phone and I had to give him the phone.
I understand that. How old is your son?
He's 2.
He's only 2. It appears that he's in a booster seat, and it's very important that he is in the proper seat for his safety. And so, do you have the proper car seat?
Yes, this is my husband's car and I had to trade cards with him today. So that's my daughter's booster seat. So usually he rides in a different seat.
Okay, sure. I understand. Stay in the car. I'll be right back with you,
Okay.
okay? Okay, ma'am. Here's your license registration back.
Okay, thank you so much.
I've issued you a warning for speeding in the school zone, but I'm going to give you a ticket for having your son in the improper car seat. And along with the citation comes this Project Love voucher. What this does, it allows you the opportunity to go and get your car seat properly fitted in your car, make sure
Okay.
it's secure, and then also make sure your child properly fits to that car seat.
Okay.
Is your husband close by? Is he able to bring that car seat to us? I just don't feel comfortable allowing you to leave because if you were in an accident, your child could be significantly injured.
Yeah, I can call him and see if he can come and we can switch and he can pick up my daughter.
Okay, I'd be happy to sit here and make sure that everything stays safe while you wait, but I would just feel much more comfortable if he was in the appropriate car seat.
Okay, yeah, I'll give him a call right
Here's your
now.
license and registration, and if you can't get your husband here, let me know and we'll make some other arrangements.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. I'll make that call right now.
The officer issued an e-citation because an appropriate restraint for a 2-year-old would be either a rear-facing seat if they're still able to fit, or a forward-facing child restraint with a harness, but not a booster seat.
Afternoon, ma'am.
Hi.
True Perkins State Police. The reason I stopped is you ran the red light back there, okay? You have your license and your registration with you today?
Sure. Just a second.
Thank you, ma'am. How old's your child in the back seat there?
She just turned 8.
Just turned 8? Okay.
Yeah. Is that a problem?
No, ma'am. I was just checking. According to Indiana law, once they turn 8 years of age, they can start wearing a seatbelt and everything, okay?
Okay.
All right. As far as the stoplight today, we're not going to write you a citation or anything. I'm just going to give you a verbal warning, all right? Just in the future, pay a little closer attention, all right?
Okay.
All right, ma'am. There's your information
Thank
back.
you.
Be safe.
Thank you.
Thank you. In this case, it was not necessary for the officer to issue a citation since the child was restrained according to the law.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Sergeant Havlin with the Michigan City Police Department.
Hello.
The reason I stopped you is your brake lights aren't working.
Oh, they're not?
No.
I'm sorry. I thought that they were fixed.
Can I see your driver's license registration?
Yeah.
How old are the kids?
They're not mine. I'm babysitting, but they're 6.5 and soon to be 1.
6.5 and 1. Where's his booster seat?
I don't have one.
I didn't know he
Doesn't
needed
have-
to be in one.
Yeah, he needs to be in a booster seat, and I see that the baby in the back, that her shoulder straps aren't on her, that they're under her arm.
Oh, that's not how you do it?
No, they need to be across her shoulder. I'll be with you in a few minutes.
Okay.
Here's your license registration.
Thank you.
I'm going to give you a warning ticket for your brake lights, but you're going to need to get them fixed. But I am going to have to give you a citation for the child restraint violations.
Even if they're not my kids?
Well, in Indiana, the driver is responsible for the passengers, and in this case, the passengers are the children. I'm also going to give you a Project Love voucher that'll help you update maybe her seat, or if you need one for him.
Okay.
Does he have a booster seat?
I'm sure his mom has one.
Could you possibly call her to bring it to you?
Okay. I can do that.
Okay, because that'll be the safest way instead of just having them in a seatbelt, because that's,
Oh, okay.
we want them to be as safe as possible.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah, I'll call.
The driver was cited for 2 child restraint violations. 1 because the older child was unrestrained, and 2 because the younger child was not properly restrained. Remember, harnesses should be over the shoulders and snug with the chest clip mid-chest.
If you would like to learn more about child passenger safety, consider taking an Operations Kid course or the National Standardized Child Passenger Safety Training. Operation Kids is an introductory course taught in about 6 hours. The National Standardized Training is much more in-depth and prepares you to provide hands-on education to families. At the end of the 3 to 4 day course, you will have earned certification as a child passenger safety technician. Call the Automotive Safety Program at 1-800-KID-IN-CAR for more information.
There's a lot to know about the child restraints, but you don't need to know everything to enforce the law. Focus on those violations that you can easily find, and you will be contributing to the safety of a child.